Italy's fashion industry ESG crackdown. Armani Shein fined. Imagine a world where your favorite fashion brands are held accountable for their promises. A world where eco-friendly actually means eco-friendly, and where workers are treated with dignity. Well, Italy is taking a giant step in that direction, and some major players are feeling the heat. From the hallowed halls of luxury fashion to the lightning-fast world of online retail, no one is safe from Italy's crackdown on misleading environmental, social, and governance (ESG) claims and exploitative labor practices. The latest headlines? Heavy fines for fashion giants Giorgio Armani and Shein, signaling a new era of intolerance for greenwashing and labor abuses in one of the world's most influential fashion capitals. On August 1st, the Italian antitrust authority, AGCM, dropped a bombshell, fining the Giorgio Armani Group and one of its subsidiaries a staggering €3.5 million. That's roughly $4 million. The charge? Alleged unfair commercial practices. The AGCM accused Armani of making sustainability and ethical commitments that simply didn't match the reality on the ground at some of its suppliers. Think of it like this. Armani was painting a picture of ethical production, but the reality behind the scenes was far less rosy. A significant portion of Armani's leather accessory production is outsourced, and the AGCM discovered that certain subcontractors were employing workers illegally and failing to meet even basic health and safety standards. This wasn't a completely new revelation. It echoed a previous investigation by prosecutors that even led to a brief period of judicial supervision for one Armani unit, though that measure was later lifted. Armani, however, is fighting back. The company vehemently rejected the decision, calling it disappointing and bitter, and has vowed to appeal. They insist they've always acted with fairness and transparency towards consumers and the market. It's a classic he said, she said situation, and the courts will ultimately decide who's telling the truth. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't the first time a major fashion house has faced this kind of scrutiny. Earlier this year, a company linked to LVMH-owned Christian Dior managed to avoid penalties by agreeing to implement corrective measures. Does this suggest a pattern? Are luxury brands genuinely committed to ethical practices, or are they simply reacting to regulatory pressure? But the crackdown doesn't stop with luxury brands. Fast fashion giant Shein has also been caught in the crosshairs. The AGCM slapped Shein with a €1 million, approximately $1.16 million fine for misleading marketing related to its environmental practices. The target of the investigation was Shein's Evolution by Design collection, which was heavily promoted as eco-friendly and recyclable. And this is the part most people miss. The AGCM argued that these claims were, to put it bluntly, bogus. They were exaggerated, vague, or outright false. The actual fiber content of the clothing and the lack of effective recycling systems completely contradicted Shein's marketing hype. The AGCM also took aim at Shein's broader climate pledges, such as its promise to cut emissions by 25% by 2030, deeming them vague and unsubstantiated, especially considering the company's emissions have actually been increasing in recent years. The authority emphasized that Shein, due to its ultra-fast fashion business model, has a higher responsibility to be truthful and accurate when making environmental claims. It's like saying, with great speed comes great responsibility to not lie about being green. It's also worth noting that a Shein-affiliated entity was hit with a massive €40 million fine by French regulators in July for allegedly advertising fake discounts and deceptive green claims. This raises a serious question. Is Shein genuinely trying to become more sustainable, or is it simply using greenwashing as a marketing tactic? The bottom line, Italy is sending a clear message to the fashion industry. ESG misrepresentation will not be tolerated. Other luxury brands, including Loro Piana and Valentino, have also faced scrutiny for labor violations in their supply chains. Italy's regulators are making it abundantly clear that sustainability must be more than just a branding exercise. Whether you're a heritage luxury house or a digital disruptor, the message is the same. Mislead consumers at your own peril. Expect to pay the price. This begs the question, Will these fines be enough to truly change the fashion industry's behavior? Or will companies simply factor these penalties into their cost of doing business? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Unfair practices. Giorgio Armani fined €3.5 million for misleading statements. Italian fashion giant Giorgio Armani slapped with a whopping €3.5 million fine for deceiving consumers, but the luxury brand vows to fight back. Italy's antitrust watchdog claims Armani's glossy sustainability claims don't match the harsh realities faced by workers in its supply chain. The regulator alleges that while Armani proudly touts its commitment to ethical practices, the truth is that production is outsourced to suppliers who subcontract to other producers, some of whom employ workers illegally and under appalling conditions. But here's the twist. Armani fiercely denies these accusations and plans to appeal the decision. This controversial case follows similar scandals involving other luxury brands like Dior, Valentino, and Loro Piana. So what do you think? Are these fashion houses knowingly turning a blind eye to labor abuses, or are they unfairly being held responsible for their suppliers' actions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Italy fines Giorgio Armani $3.5 million for unfair practices. Full story. In a shocking turn of events, Italy's antitrust watchdog has slapped a hefty €3.5 million fine on the iconic fashion house Giorgio Armani for alleged unfair commercial practices. This news has sent ripples through the fashion industry, sparking debates about ethics, transparency, and corporate responsibility. But here's where it gets controversial. The accusations revolve around misleading statements about ethical and social responsibility, which the regulator claims do not align with the actual working conditions at Armani's suppliers and subcontractors. Imagine this. A brand known for its luxury and elegance is accused of outsourcing production to third parties who then subcontract to other producers. In some cases, these subcontractors allegedly employ workers illegally and under poor health and safety conditions. It's a stark contrast to the polished image Armani projects. The regulator's statement highlights that while Armani emphasizes sustainability as a marketing tool, the reality on the ground tells a different story. This isn't the first time Armani has faced scrutiny. Last year, Italian prosecutors placed one of Armani's units under judicial administration due to similar concerns, though the measure was lifted in February. And this is the part most people miss. The issue of worker exploitation in the fashion industry is not isolated to Armani. Other luxury brands like Dior, Loro Piana, and Valentino have also come under fire for similar allegations. Giorgio Armani, however, vehemently denies the accusations. In a statement, the group,